Brian Spear, co-founder, principal over here at Sunrise Capital Investors. We're down here in Tampa Bay. We're a private equity real estate firm, and we found out about sales momentum just because we're on online scurrying around trying to find the best guys to work with over time, and ultimately found an online video that walked through Aaron providing a little bit of deep dive feedback on his HubSpot configuration and the Allaware integration that he was working with. And was just impressed with that video. Knew that his insight was really, really deep. And as we were scaling our sales team, our investor relations side of the house, and really just trying to provide better service to everybody reaching out to us, knew that we could do so and provide better white glove service by implementing a similar system to that which he'd kind of been discussing on that video. Maybe the main problem that we were dealing with that we needed to really solve was that ultimately we've been pretty successful in growing our business, but we had a really modest sized, I'd say, sales department, right? Front end department, right? I was the first guy on the investor relations side, handled all those calls for the first maybe 8 years of the business. And as we continue to grow, I'd never personally built a sales team, if you will, right? We were breaking our front end model from just a traditional process where we had prospects that immediately spoke to what I'd say is a closer role. And we moved more towards a setter closer role. And that process was something I'd never done before. And I know that in my research, found out that kind of the momentum operating system was something that did this quite well, right? You guys have done it once or twice or three times a lady, right? It's not something that was unknown to you. You guys have built sales teams in multiple different occasions. And if I've seen further than others, it is only because I've stood on the shoulders of giants, right? So if I've seen other people do things and be successful in it, I'd rather go implement the old who, not how strategy, right? I don't need to figure out how to do it myself. I've not yet done it. I don't need to really figure out how to do it. I need to figure out kind of who can do it for me, who could put in a system that's eloquent, efficient, and put it in place for us. That's more plug and play. And that's really what we found when we ultimately moved forward with MOS. Beyond that, just getting to know the team a little bit, right? I had the luxury of spending a little bit of time with several of the team members in advance. And when you do a little bit more of a granular deep dive in advance, you get to know the level of expertise and skill of the guys. Like prior to moving forward, understood that in advance what we were getting into. So that was really comforting in terms of getting us across the finish line. If I could use, your version, right? Along the way, you guys are working towards putting in place a program, and it's your sales process. I want to make sure your sales process is good. Ultimately, if we're bringing on somebody to help with the sales process, your sales process better be pretty solid. And ultimately, it was during that period of time. So no worries. It was really, really good. The solid onboarding and the whole deal. I've thoroughly enjoyed working with the team from inception until where we're at today. It's just been phenomenal, right? The team's a bunch of experts in each individual department. Like everybody with whom we've worked has been really, really solid. Young, hungry, driven, talented individuals all working together to try to optimize your system. It's really been fun to work with the team. Beyond that, if I'm going to call anybody out, I'd call out Dean probably as the one that I would call out individually because he was kind of the one that was with us for our audit on the front end. And it's very, very, very helpful to have somebody ride a shotgun with you while you're trying to conceptualize the best sales strategy and implement a really high quality process map for everybody so that you can understand and visualize what is likely to occur. And getting that on paper was a really good process that took multiple different sessions, but all that time, energy, and effort in advance to ultimately get it on paper on purpose was invaluable throughout the duration of the build and ultimately during the rollout as well. So we've done some pretty phenomenal things thus far and can't wait to see kind of where it leads us as we progress even beyond that, right? So now the system is rolling, we're up and running, we're getting more and more momentum, and it's just looking to continue to scale as we progress. So I'm just extremely excited about where we're at, where we've been, where we're at, and where we're going. So I just couldn't say enough good things about the team and just express enough gratitude, right? Words can't express the amount of gratitude that we have for the team along the way. And while we've been able to experience a lot of benefits along the way already, we're kind of up and running, implemented the system. It's really solid. Life is good. We still haven't fully experienced all of the benefits that are to come from this process as we progress, right? Over time, the NPS process, right? Where we work through the Net Promoter Score throughout the entire duration, right? Of the onboarding. We've got an annual onboarding process for everybody that we bring on board. We haven't met that entire annual process yet. And we'll get more data and more feedback from the NPS process throughout that duration, which will be able to provide better testimonials and bolt-on investments in our side, right? So kind of upsells, cross-sells, that sort of stuff. And we haven't even fully experienced all of that along the way. We've got a ton of value thus far, but I just know that there's there's more to be had as we progress. So just unbelievably excited about, again, where we're at and where we're going as we roll forward here. Look, we've had a really good experience with the momentum operating system, with the team, sales momentum. Like I said, right, extremely hardworking, talented, driven, young, hungry individuals who have done it already. And it's more of a simple rinse and repeat process. It took us a little bit of time to put all that time, energy, and hard work in advance on paper on purpose. But once we've kind of gotten it up and running, the juice is worth the squeeze, and we can't wait to see where that will lead us as we progress. So again, a testament to the hard work, and of course, would recommend folks moving forward, learning a little bit more, go through the process, understand what it might do for you and your growth of your business. So extremely excited about where we're at, where we're going in the growth of our business, and would definitely recommend that you guys do the same thing. Dig a little bit deeper, understand that this could launch you to the next layer of growth along your journey, buddy. So hope that insight helps, man.
Yeah, this is my life, my strife, my right to fight.